Hi, Lisa. All right, I'm going to do your past life wisdom and healing service now. So, this is going to be fun. You have met your twin flame, you say, and any past lives associated with that, even ones that may be related to any karma that you might have to release. Let's see. You have a fascination with Egypt. You're also a healer. And you would like some assistance opening and expanding your spiritual gifts and raising your vibration. So there's a lot of different avenues we can go with this. So let's just see what Spirit has to share, okay? I'm just relaxing now and connecting with your spiritual atmosphere. They're instantly touching me here. A hand is. I'm looking up. It is a dark energy being, but there's nothing evil or concerning. His reflection is just full of just a darker color. And he has a really, like, a big finger, and it's like the entire size of this. And then he's just putting it right here. And I'm looking up at him. And he's like a massive, energetic, giant man. And he's just full of dark energy that's kind of swirling. And he's super muscular and built. And he kind of reminds me of a all-powerful genie or something like that. I can only see him from basically the hips up. And he's just absolutely massive. Dark energy. So I'm looking up at him right now as he's doing this still. He is showing me the universe behind him. He is very serious in what he is doing. He says, "Do you know why I touch you here?" Then he takes his finger and then he looks at it. He is doing this with it and brushing off some dust. He's getting smaller in size and now coming to speak directly down to your level. The thing is this is a metaphor for something more. So him having to come down to your levels, you really are the super, but this is where you are right now, but he's showing you something about yourself right now. You can explore the metaphors. He is now smaller in size, and we are talking like two people. Although I am not allowed to see him, I just see the nothingness. What is nothingness? There's absolutely no color. There's no image of what he looks like. There's no scene. There's absolutely nothing. There's not even dark. There's no light. There's nothing. It's kind of like the feeling of, I don't know how to see the spirit realm. I don't know how to develop my psychic senses. And so you just feel like you see the nothingness all the time. And so I am seeing him, right? I know I'm connected with him because I can feel him in my heart. I can feel him around me. I can feel his consciousness communicating with mine. But yet I cannot see him. I cannot see his hands, see his face, see the background, see where he is. He says, "Do you know why that is the case?" I'm examining what this means to me. There is something to do with the dust on his finger and then also a teardrop coming down the face. It's almost like human eye cries, third eye collects dust. He wants me to acknowledge that I saw there was dust on his finger and I saw what was a teardrop. In these two interactions, that is all I saw, finger with dust and teardrop. So what does that mean? How do you, if you have no ability to sense the spiritual connection or see further than just a couple really quick pictures that just flash by, what does that mean? We see a lot more than we give notice to. He puts the dust into the tear. So he takes his dirty, dusty finger and then soaks up the tear with this dust. There's a streak of dirt on your face now. He is very slow in motion. I feel like I'm falling in love with him. I feel charmed by him. I feel mesmerized by his eyes. I feel like I am going into a state of peacefulness. But yet there is something between us. It looks like a crystal piece. It looks like this crystal in this shape, like an obelisk or however you describe it. Looks like this shape, and it's really massive, and it's growing up from the ground between me and this entity. Me, though, is the sensation of you. He wants me to remove what is between us. It looks like a very tall building now. That too can look like an obelisk, can it not? You have seen tall buildings of this kind before. What is their meaning? What is their value? Showing me an Egyptian structure that is like this. It's kind of dusty looking. And then you go forward in time, and now the now is the same structure, but it's floors and floors, lots of people going into an office building. They say Empire State Building. It's a tall building with this sort of point. I'm getting the energy that's flowing is creating a exhausted type of sensation. The dust is quite a lot. When I try to examine what the obelisk version means to me, and then what the other version is, too cloudy. It's too confusing. They show me obelisk building, but they also show me them as marking points. Like if I'm in the prison and then I just need to count which day I'm on, you make a mark on the wall, and you make another mark on the wall, you make another mark on the wall. So they're saying 2 marks here, like this. But they're also saying 2 marks as 2 people as well, trying to blend into oneness here. But there's something between them. I keep saying I'm trying to get to you. The thing is, he's on the other side of this. Why can't I just go around and then be there? Why do I have to remove what is in between us? Why can't I just go around it? Why can't we find a way around this? It is not to be. I have to come up with a solution. The more I try, the darker the scene gets. Even the obelisk is turning black in a way that it looks like it is dying inside. And it's poisoned. I don't feel anything concerning, but it just looks like it's drying up inside. That dust sensation again, but it's not dust, it's drying up on the inside, like a tree that is no longer able to feed off of the moisture and minerals of the ground. It just starts to dry up inside. They also show me this pinnacle that's drying up inside and just turning black everywhere. Has a orb, a sphere, just slowly turning on the top of it. And that sphere on the top of this piece, like this, it's not, I mean, the sphere is small in comparison to the size of this structure. The sphere is just turning ever so slightly and creating blinding, illuminating light. Falling, breaking. The structure is not only drying up inside, it is starting to crumble and crash. I keep hearing fall of Atlantis, but it's not fall of Atlantis more so than fall of an empire. Kind of, the sensation is some sort of This structure that is a symbol of this place is not what it was before, is breaking, it is crumbling, it is altering its identity. But this sphere does not stop turning, and it is also a reflection of what is like a sun in the sky now. The sensation of walking through a desert for a very long time. The feeling like where am I to go? When all I see on all sides of me are dunes of sand, and the blowing sand is what caresses my cheek. They're showing me how do I describe this? They show me dunes of sand, and underneath are bodies. And it's a reflection of what was buried in the sands of time. There's a mysteriousness. There is a sensation of wisdom on the wind, but this is dust in the wind. And they show me too, what is a scroll of wisdom? It feels like I'm trying to find the details, and they aren't manifesting details. More than this. I desire to open the scroll, but I am challenged to find. It's like you just bought yourself a roll of tape and you can't figure out where the little tape piece is. So you're like you're rolling the tape, and it's like, okay, how do I open this? How do I get the tape piece? So it's like I have this scroll and there's like an invisible piece of tape on it. And it's like I'm rolling it around like, where is the little tape piece so I can open the paper and read it? So I'm struggling here. I'm struggling to find the higher wisdom. They say, why are you looking around you? Why are you looking everywhere around you, in all the physical parts of every experience? Why have you not looked inside your heart? Why are you looking on the dunes of sand, and then underneath the sand? And it's something about looking at the structures themselves that have a physical reflection. There's only so much we can gather about the physical structures. Even now, it's like, what do we know about pyramids, truly? You have to go into the heart of your soul in order to find out the higher wisdom. So in that case, now I am saying, I give this scroll back to the infinite. I no longer need it, because I trust in the guidance of my heart. I trust in the higher wisdom within my heart. I know it manifests the wisdom that I am seeking. They say, journeyman. I feel that I have been walking for some time, but yet standing in place. They show me a tiny person inside a hourglass with the sands of time, and where do I have left to go now from here? I'm just walking around the inside of an hourglass. I stand before this obelisk with this entity on the other side. He's quite an important energetic reflection. He's a big deal. If you were able to connect with him fully, you would recognize him absolutely. You would know exactly who this is. This spiritual entity has been on quite a lot of journeys with your soul, knows your soul, loves your soul so dearly, adores you, is so honored to be a part of the message. I'm back at the obelisk, and I'm saying I am not going to try any longer, because it was an illusion all along that there was something in between us. There's nothing in between us. When I say that, I am able to disintegrate the illusion. When I disintegrate the illusion now, I can feel your embrace. They say again, there's nothing in between you. There's nothing in between these two. They show me time as well. They ask, what is in between this Egyptian obelisk and this Empire State Building? Is it time? They say it isn't time, because even what is in the past is also simultaneously taking place in the now, just like future is also. So you have past, present, future all taking place in one simultaneous moment. So what is separating Egyptian obelisk from Empire State Building? The illusion of time is. The illusion of time. So they say again, what is in between them? The illusion is in between them. They are nothing but illusions. Illusions then create the experience of separation. They are saying, do you know who you are separated from? Do you know who this is? They show me your heart like a clock that is ticking. There's a part of you that is in anguish. I'm quite surprised. I didn't expect to come across anything like this. This is important. They want me to stay focused. You are in a space, you as in a soul fragment or a soul reflection, they say it is you, but it looks like a part of you in a room, and it feels like you are cut off from everything. And from this experience of separation, illusion of separation, because you're never cut off from anything, you're always blended in oneness with everything. But in this experience, it truly is quite a terrible nightmare of feeling cut off, separated from everything. And some part of your soul is actually crying and screaming and hearing the sound of their ticking heart. So, to describe the scene, I see you, I see your heart ticking, I hear the ticking of your heart, the ticking of your heartbeat, and I see you literally hands over your head crying like this in a room like it has walls, it has a ceiling, it has a floor, everything is dark. I am allowed to come in here quite swiftly. I'm allowed to give you a very long hug. Your soul really needed this. This is part of the absence of connection that you're experiencing. You've really needed some nourishment. It is not I say. It is He who is here to nurture you. He as in your chosen one. He as in this dusty finger guy who dries the tear from your eye. He leaves his mark upon your face, but it's not a mark of violence or anything. It's a mark of love and then sands of time, but also awakening clarity too. They're saying there's so much more in this message that I'm not picking up on, but you will understand. They are taking me back into the scene where I see you, and He is comforting you, holding you, helping you to feel this bond, this closeness, this beautiful connection. You have more to release. It comes out sort of like the image of jacks. Like you play jacks. You have a bouncing ball and then you pick up the jacks. But they're all black and they're spewing out of the top of your head very quickly. Like your head is just barfing them out as He's holding you. And they come out too in kind of sounds of screams. But that's really important. It's good to get that old energy out of there, because it is softening and relaxing you. You aren't feeling so much alone in this place, but you are feeling held and nurtured, even if you can't see. Some part of you is really challenged to see, because I am experiencing you right now And you cannot see that you are being held right now. You cannot see the release that is taking place. You cannot see the room that you are in. You just feel that you are alone and nobody. You are feeling the effects of the healing and the nurturing, loving energy, but you're not able to understand where it is coming from. You're not able to see. It is slow in motion. I'm trying to inspire the room to change. Trying to inspire illumination. They're not allowing it. They're only allowing us to be patient and continue to allow this energy to flow through. They're focusing on the tears that your eyes are crying, again, like in the beginning. He is focusing on the tears that are falling from your eyes. He is kissing your third eye here on your forehead. He is patient. He could wait for eternity. He is happy to just be here holding you. He holds you really tightly in his arms. He holds you in a way that is extremely... You're rested in his lap, and he's holding you close to him like this, and then he has his head against yours some. He knows you can't see him. He knows that you aren't aware of everything going on. How many human beings aren't aware, though? Like, even when we try our darndest to be aware, there is so much to be aware of. How do you develop senses to an infinite universe? How far can you go? You just take one step in front of the other and develop. They're still not allowing me to remove you from this room yet. Alter the scene. We are remaining here so you can continue to absorb his loving energy. It's beautiful because this part of you is starting to soften to the degree that you are able to evaporate from the room. His love is filling you to such a degree that the torment or the pain is subsiding to such an extreme degree that you are evaporating from the space entirely. This is this part of your soul massively healing. I can feel it sort of in a line of energy that goes from here across my heart portal and then down to like my belly button. You are finding quite a stance of empowerment. It is not I who stands, it is you. And when you stand empowered, you stand with quite a force of energy and awareness and clarity. You are able to alter, you're able to choose, you're able to... It's a lot of energy right now in my heart portal. I see you're kind of in a toga type of outfit. You hold a bird here upon your finger. You stand really tall and straight. There's still this obelisk piece and then this entity on the other side, but you're not standing on the complete opposite. You're moved off over here, and you can choose to cross over and then come to him or whatever you choose to do. So let me watch and see what happens here. You create a massive energy surge that enters into the ground, breaks apart all structures of illusion. You're doing it out of your own accord. but you are doing it by creating an earthquake of energy, and the energy rumbles and shakes up the ground quite a lot. This obelisk then is cracking and crumbling, but this is all important. This is all good. This is a new part of the message. You are choosing and then creating through your action of choice, altering the pattern, altering the wisdom in the experience. Is the wisdom a gift of the illusionary reflection, or is the wisdom now of higher clarity, seeing clearly, understanding clearly, because you are centered with your inner power? You are doing some amazing work with energy. You are building your own structures. You are breaking apart the ground and inspired to create your own ground and structures. I'm just watching you. There's wisdom here about the soul experiencing what is... Okay. How do you define the opposite of inner power? Bewilderment, struggle to find understanding of a higher kind, on a journey, on a quest. Soul has traveled through the desert of higher clarity. Soul has been molded, shifted, shaped through a journey of experiences that challenge it to find higher clarity and to step into its own power. It's a spiritual aspect of your journey. It's not just a soul journey that chooses to have souls do experience everything, you know what I mean? But they are only wanting to focus on kind of the magical spiritual side of your soul journey quest. The side that has been challenged to find the higher wisdom and step into its own power. And then showing you quite capable and then becoming quite powerful. They say, do you know when this happens? Do you know when she steps into her inner power? And I say, it's happening now. She's stepped into her inner power now. And they're showing me again what is the reflection of time. What is past? What is future? Obviously, the Empire State Building is a part of the future. It hasn't happened yet, but yet it is part of our now moment, right? So where is your power? When is your soul going to step into your inner power? They say you already have. You have to choose. They're stopping me. They're just stopping me there. I'm going to continue to watch you in your state of inner power. It doesn't remind me of anything I've ever heard of. It's like something alien. What you are able to accomplish it seems not of this world. It has to do with manifesting physical. It has a density to it. I'm still examining. There's a lot of energy hitting my heart portal, so I'm also trying to communicate through it while I'm trying to figure out how the best way to describe it. They say it's okay to call it miracles, manifesting miracles. When you step into your inner power, you are able to manifest miracles. When that happens, the earth will shake and it will be felt because it is powerful. You get to translate this wisdom however you want. Will the earth actually shake? In one version of the reality, yes, it will. If you're manifesting miracles, it rattles our cages. It makes an impression. It makes an impression on the earth. It makes an impression on humanity. It puts a footprint into the sand. they need you to grow bigger than this. And bigger than this is the super genie with the finger, the massive finger the size of this. And you are still like a tiny human being when you're actually quite more massive than this, with the infinite universe behind you. Okay. They're showing me an image of a man looking up at the stars, studying the stars, studying the journey and pathway of movement that takes place in the sky. It seems really like a simple life, right, of observation. But there's quite a spiritual twist and turn associated with this man who is studying the movement of stars. There's also an energetic study taking place, understanding the way the energy feels at different patterns of stars in the sky. They're saying I'm still not cutting the surface of how profound this is. What we just see is some old doodad looking at the stars and making notes in his diary. What we aren't seeing is how extraordinary he is in his connection with spiritual wisdom, energetic star energy, how he translates the energy, how he works with the energy, how he communicates the wisdom, how extraordinarily profoundly connected he is. How do you take this one doodad and then superfy him? Like, go to get the, super, like, biggie size him. Super size him, that's it. It's like, we don't want the dollar french fry at McDonald's. We want the super size french fries. Like, how do we biggie size him? He's more extraordinary than he leads on, than our perceptions make him out to be. This is also a reflection of you. You're not just a doodad. We gotta supersize you. It's time for you to step into your power. It's time for you to be who you are. Stop walking through the desert aimlessly, trying to, mess with the scroll and open it up. Stop blending with the illusions. Step into your power. Know who and what you are. You can manifest miracles. That's the best way I could define it. Their energy is shifting. It again has that sort of sleepy sensation to it. Again, they're showing me what is buried in the earth. History. Your footprints. And it goes deep, deep, deep down. Further, further, further down. It is a sensation of my body connecting with the core of the earth. There's a sensation of ultimate grounding energy. Buried treasures of places we don't even know existed, where your soul has experienced life there. They're really pushing the grounding energy for you to feel it. I'm going to continue to share this, okay? So I'm just going to be quiet and channel this into your experience, okay? I'm just going to do this because it's really strong. Roots are growing deep, deep, deep into the earth, and I just can't believe how solid the energy feels. They wrap around the core of the earth. They're just anchored into the earth is the best way I could define it. You are anchored into the earth, and you are like what would be just a little tree growing into the super redwood tree. But you're a human being, and you're growing big, big, big like that Superman at the beginning. You are owning your own power. You are owning your own identity. You are in control of what you choose to feel and experience in your life. You had mentioned some challenges because you're such an empath that you can feel just bogged by people's energy really quickly, just really sponge it in, and you need to own your power and know that you have a right to not do that. And when you choose grounding and solidity of this kind, stepping into your inner power, there's nobody's emotions that have any control over you. No way. And part of all of this is your amazing sensitivity that you can really expand and grow colossal once you step into your power. So they ask again here, when are you going to step into your power? I say, well, she already has. But when has it happened? It's happened in times that we would consider the past, but that also too can be times in the now, right? Or in the future blending in. Where is the now moment? Step into your power now, because you can. They're saying this is all I can share for you for today. I'm working on disconnecting and backing up, but this is what they wanted to share with you today. There's a lot of wisdom for you to contemplate, deep wisdom for you to contemplate, and you have quite a capacity to examine your thoughts, your feelings, and explore the meaning of very deep and profound wisdom. And you are absolutely ready to grow colossal. There's one last thing I want to tell you. That part of your reflection that evaporated, that's a massive healing, and that is part of what helps you step into your power as well. That part of you is massively, it's just blended with you now. I can't feel the separation of it. It's like a massive part of your energy that is helping you create the super balance. It's supersizing you. It's the biggie size. Do we want the $1 tiny little French fry, or we want the super size fry? We want the super size, Lisa. Make her grow big. More is always better. All right, I'm still working on disconnecting. That was a lot of energy for me. Thank you very much. This experience is really meaningful. It is really powerful. I can't wait to see how it touches your life. Thank you so much for this experience and for your willing to share it openly for others to learn as well. And for those watching, if you're interested in past life wisdom and healing, please visit my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.